Okay, the time is 2:22 on the 19th of July 2025. This is a personal reading. This is the first card I actually drew out. So that's the MasterCard, Influence. So this is going to be the subject of this reading. This is personal reading for me, myself, Robert. So, yeah, or Perthling, as I'm also known as. Yeah, I'm a spiritual teacher, but I'm being guided by Spirit to do this today. This is going to guide me, these cards that I've put forth, 7 cards, and the MasterCard, the base card, which is Influence. So, what direction and what path is the rest of 2025 to unveil? What does it hold? Listen to Spirit. Listen to Spirit. Sometimes life sometimes all the people, all the energy, and all the busyness of life, and the 3D materialism, like possessions, the pursuit of money, we lose the ability to listen to Spirit. And our channel and link to Spirit, it becomes like that static on a TV. And some nights you find it in a big thunderstorm when the signal is interrupted and you've got that circle that looks like a world with the coloured bars, and it's basically a drop in the signal, error in the signal, and you've got all these coloured bars. It's like in a barcode, and they're kind of scrambled. So sometimes the frequencies of the 3D, of Earth, of the news, the media, it can really scramble our link to Spirit, and we just all the noise, it's a noisy frequency, this 3D, and we need to stop and meditate so we can recalibrate our frequency back to Spirit, and we can listen and hear clearly. So we basically need to reset our energy. I need to reset my energy and raise my frequency. I need to do spiritual practices like meditation and prayer when I wake up, so I can tune into Spirit without any interruptions and without any static. Okay, what's the next card hold? The next card. Center. 333 on the clock. Okay, as I reveal this card. So yes, I've been feeling really off center. I feel like there's so many distractions. It's not just all these different frequencies that are scrambling the voice of Spirit, but I'm needing to center my vessel and ground myself in nature, so that I'm thinking of like chakras. Like we got seven chakras. You got the crown chakra all the way down to the root chakra. We need to do a bodily and spiritual alignment just to realign our chakras. This is a good practice to do once we wake up. We should have a prayer and meditation routine. Spirit time. God and Spirit is what brought us here. And we come to this realm to work for Spirit. So this work can be very difficult if we are out of alignment and if our chakras are unbalanced by, relationships, friendships, financial stresses. This is what can take us out of alignment, and past traumas can really cause blockages in our chakras, and that can cause our Kundalini spirit to, the spinal fluid, it can't flow, and your root chakra cannot communicate with the crown chakra because there's blockages. There's blockages within our sacral alignment. Okay, moving on to the next card. The third card. Reaction. This is very appropriate to me because one of the things that has caused me to be out of realignment with my higher self is we can get very emotional in our lives, and by getting emotional in our lives we can become very reactive. A couple of weeks ago, I got pulled over by the police. I mean, I lost my mother on the 19th of May, so all my mail had been getting sent to Albany. I've been living in Perth for the last 2 months, couple of months or so. Since then, I got pulled over by the police. They said my rego was out. I've got 2 vehicles. Just a week prior, I'd been to Albany to go pick up my work ute to bring it back down to Perth. But amongst everything that's happened, I paid the rego the day before I drove it. It needed 4 new tyres. And before I could drive it anywhere, it obviously needed rego. I know it had run out, so I looked up on my phone. And and I paid your registration. It was about 3 months out. Put 6 months on my ute, so I'm good for another 3 months. But coming back to Perth, I recently started driving my van again, and got pulled over by the police about 10 houses, roughly 15 seconds from my cousin's place. I was going around there to go get a feed with my cousin. Have a nice relaxing night in, watch a movie, maybe do a bit of gaming, everything in moderation. But police pulled me over. They said, we're pulling you over because we've got no rego, mate. And because it's 4 months out, we're taking your plates. In Western Australia, there's a law where if your vehicle is without rego for 3 months maximum, they will take the plates off your car, and you have to take it over the pits for a in-depth mechanical inspection. Basically, they go through it with a fine-tooth comb. Any rust, if the number on your gear stick is wrong, they'll get you to fix that, So I was very upset by that. I contained myself. There was a lovely young cop that breathoed me, and he said, I apologise for your mum passing away. Explained I was carer for her for 2 years in Albany. She'd gotten exposed to asbestos somewhere in her life, and she'd come down with mesothelioma. So he passed away on her birthday, 19th of May. He said, he showed me compassion. I saw it in his eyes. I could see the light in this police officer's eyes. He's just trying to make a living. He wasn't a bad dude. But his partner, this old cranky policeman, just the scowl on his face. He must have been so excited when it came up on his computer that there's no rego on this guy's camper van. Oh, we've got one, sonny. Oh, let's go get him. Let's ruin his day. Type of guy that got bullied in high school and he became a policeman because to get revenge on society, on those bullies that gave him a hard time. He wanted that power, just the power trip. I could see it in his eyes. He enjoyed ruining my day. And he just gave me that smirk like, you're going to get an infringement notice in the mail. And we're taking your plates. And you can't drive anywhere. He was smiling the whole time. He was loving it. So, inside I was so angry. I was so angry and reactive. I breathed a few times and they just drove off. Basically, I'm 10 houses from my cousin's place. Said, jump on the internet and, you can apply for a permit to drive anywhere. See ya. So what did I do? My auntie was actually calling me while this old cop was having the time of his life. So I'm like, all right, I'll call her afterwards. My beautiful dear auntie, she's actually my mum's auntie. Only support. She was my rock during the last 2 years when my mother was sick. My mum's auntie, I call her my auntie because I see her that way. We're very close. I rung her back, sitting in my van while I watched the cops drive off. I just lost it. This outlet of emotion. I was swearing and screaming about this cop. And my auntie had to hear that anger and that profanity. She's a Christian, but she's very open-minded. She let it wash off like water off a duck's back, She's like, just calm down, Robbie. But she was more sad that I was upset. She's like, she could see I was in pain emotionally. So I reckon that was God. It was God trying to get my attention. I've lost sight of him. I've lost sight of spirit because I've been grieving for my mum and just everything has just become a bit too overwhelming. Like a pot that comes to boil. You're trying to heat up a pot of milk to make a chai. You walk away for turn your back for 10 seconds. That pot of milk just goes over right over the sides and all over your cooking space, and it's horrible to clean up and it smells terrible as well. That's what our emotions are like when we let our emotions run wild. But we can't bottle up our emotions. My issue is I've been suppressing my emotions. I've been telling everyone, my friends and family in my life, that I'm okay, that I'm all right, that since my mum's passed away. But to be honest, I've not been okay. And that was a wake-up call. That was a wake-up call from spirit that I'm not okay. I'm struggling a bit. All right. On to the fourth card.